Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Makayla from the blog littlemeandfamily.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about how I quit social media for 30 days. So, first off, let me tell you the reasons why I decided that this was something I wanted to do. In December of 2018, which would have been last year, I was really feeling very stressed about keeping up with the blog and trying to produce all this good content and learn a bunch of things at the same time. And I thought to myself, I really need a reset. I just need a break where I can breathe and have some time to myself and focus on the important things. I was at church and the pastor was saying that for the month of January there was a prayer and fasting that was going on. And he was saying you don't have to choose to fast from food, you could choose anything like TV, social media, books, anything that you feel is like a distraction for you. And so when I heard that, I was like, man, I would really like a break from social media and see if I could do it. So I decided that for the 30 days in January, I would quit social media for 30 days, which for me meant no Instagram, which is the biggest one, no Facebook, and no Netflix. Now, I did make some alterations to the challenge for myself as I saw how my life was going to actually play out. Since we are staying in a hotel right now, the Netflix part wasn't that big of a deal for me, but I found myself replacing it with cable TV. Okay, sorry about that. Battery died, baby took a nap, and now we're back. I think where we left off was that cable TV kind of started to take the place of Netflix for me. And what I did to remedy that was that I didn't necessarily stop watching cable TV, but I actually just would leave the TV on and mute it so that I kind of felt like I was, having some entertainment of some kind, but I wasn't sitting there glued to the television. So it wasn't as much of a distraction, and I felt like that was okay. I did end up watching a little bit of Netflix, but I'm more like the documentary type person, so I watched a couple documentaries. And I felt like it was alright. The main distraction for me was Instagram. So basically, I kind of wanted to talk about the benefits that I saw from stopping social media and how that has affected me now that I have started to use it again. So in the first couple days, the interesting thing was that I had deleted all of my apps that I didn't want to be using. So Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, they were all gone. And whenever I would go on my phone to just open it to access anything, my thumb would automatically go right to where Instagram was. And I was like, oh, it's not there, and I couldn't open it. But it took a few days for that muscle memory to just be like, I want to look at Netflix, or I want to look at Instagram. So that was eye-opening for me. So that was the first thing that I noticed. And the other thing that I noticed was the amount of time that I had to devote to other tasks. So one of my goals for the entire challenge was to replace the time I was spending on social media by doing things that I felt like I didn't have time to do before. So that would be things like spending quality time with my family, having more phone conversations, working on my blog, taking good photos and capturing moments more so for just my sake than to post it on social media. And I wanted to journal more and have more time to read and listen to more podcasts. So the first things that I did in those first few weeks of quitting social media was I realized how much time I actually had to myself again. Now obviously that changes because I have a baby, so that time can get eaten up pretty fast. But I did find myself choosing to listen to a podcast instead of scrolling on Instagram, or I would go for a walk or start to exercise a little bit or try to clean up the little room that we're in rather than turn on Netflix. I had more time to read books for myself, like whenever I was nursing. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but I would take the time to just read while I was nursing instead of scrolling on my phone. And I felt so much better because I felt like I was actually doing things that I loved. It's really easy to compare yourself to other people and other situations when you're scrolling on Instagram because everybody chooses usually the best, most posed, perfect looking images to put on their feed, because that is what Instagram is, having a curated, beautiful feed that is just nice for people to want to look at. And so when I didn't have that distraction, I found myself being a lot more content with what I have and my own life situations. So instead of scrolling on Instagram and being like, oh, this person has time to go to the park, or this person has, I don't know, like nice bedding or something, I was actually focused more on what I have and how much I appreciate what I have. So that was a huge benefit for me. Another benefit was having time to journal. I feel like that was really huge for my self-reflection during this fasting period. I actually was writing more, I was thinking more about my thoughts and feelings and things that I wanted, and I could take the time to just be calm and just really focus on my thoughts, which a lot of times in our society we don't have time to do, or we don't think we have time to do. And that was a huge benefit for me because now I can go back into my journal and I can look and see, what was I thinking about? What was I thankful for? What was I praying about? All of that is documented for me to appreciate that time that I took away from my phone. Now I kind of want to talk about what my plans are for the rest of this year, since obviously I am not going to live my entire life without social media. I'm trying to build a business, I'm trying to build a community, and I want to be connected with other people, so I'm not going to cut that out of my life completely, but I do want to go into this season with new goals. The goals that I have for this season are to limit my social media time to strictly business reasons and time for socializing with friends and family and catching up on their posts and kind of what they're doing in their lives. But I want to limit it to a certain amount of time. And I'm thinking probably about an hour at most is all that I really need to catch up on the things that I want to catch up and post the things I want to post. The second thing that I want to have a goal for this year is to prioritize my time better and stick to the routine I created whenever I was off of social media. When I was off of social media, I found myself really working into a routine where I wasn't distracted, I had purpose for what I was going to do for the day, I was scheduling out my days or my weeks sometimes, and that really helped me a lot. So I'd like to keep that as part of my schedule and part of my lifestyle. I was saying that I really want to plan out my days and schedule the things that I'm going to be doing. Not so much that I can't be flexible, but just so that I have a plan, so that I can prioritize better. The last goal that I have, and the last takeaway that I had from quitting social media, was realizing that my phone is not my identity, and it also it's not the only way for me to connect with people, to learn things about myself, or to entertain myself. As you can see, lots of entertainment going on right here. My goal in that is to learn how to enjoy the family moments, the friend moments, the phone calls, maybe writing letters even. I used to love getting letters as a kid, and I think it can be really appreciated just to have something handwritten from someone. So I'd really like to incorporate that more into my lifestyle, just to catch up with a friend or say, hey, I'm thinking about you. If you are thinking that you need a break from social media, or you're feeling stressed because you think you don't have enough time in the day to do things, you'd be surprised how much time gets freed up when you cut the screen time in half, or by a little bit, or out completely. You can actually go on your phone and check your settings, and you can look at how much screen time you're spending each week, each day, where it's being spent, and it's really eye-opening It's really eye-opening to see the decrease in screen time whenever you cut out those social media apps. You can actually free up 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 hours, depending on how much time you spend on social media, to do things that you think you didn't have time to do before. So I would encourage you to at least try to give social media a little bit of a break, or whatever distractions are in your life that are taking away from the things you want to do or the things you love, and just really kind of reset your thinking and your lifestyle to say, hey, I'm going to put what's important first, and it's going to really improve your well-being and just your life in general. Just enjoy those little moments taking a break from screens and the digital world. But if you would like to read more about this topic or what I experienced while I quit social media, you can head to the link in the description below. I've linked to the blog post that I wrote about this topic. If you click the link to my blog down in the description below, you can get that printable sheet. It's just great to prioritize your goals and see how your screen time is decreasing by cutting out different social medias, and it can just really show you your progress, keep you on track. So hopefully that will be helpful to you. If you've quit social media or taken breaks before, let me know down in the comments what your experience was like. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell if you want notifications on my new videos. I'm still working on a schedule for when I post, but I'm trying to at least post one video every Wednesday. So stick around if you like more content on motherhood, minimalism, and natural living, and check out my blog for more content while you wait for the next video.